Hi everyone, Michael Landfield here at the airport. So let's see the airport. So I'm here at the airport and they are selling nothing but junk. Things that we don't actually need in our lives and food that will kill you. Yes, sir. But at least they have some coconuts, which is great. So today, I'm going to talk about nonconformity. And if anyone has any questions about this, haven't talked about it much, but let's talk about nonconformity right now. What is nonconformity? It's basically, hi Michelle for joining me. It's basically not conforming to society, to our culture. May it be, brand name clothing, wearing brand name clothing. May it be with the food that we eat, or participation in different institutions like marriage or government propaganda, whatever it may be. So non-conforming to certain systems that we partake in or our culture partakes in. And so I just want to be talking about this today and a little bit about institutions, basically. So non-conforming to institutions like educational systems and marriages and religions and educational systems and pharmaceutical systems, and what else? The food, package, processed meats, dairy, egg industries, non-conforming to them, non-conforming to everyone and everything. So I'm not an angel, and I still do have clothing that may, whatever, I don't know, maybe not fair trade, or this phone that I bought, it was made, slave made. Yeah, I'm not proud of myself, but we can all do our best to strive to get further and further away from this crazy system that we're all born into, and to not participate in these systems. Basically, I see myself as a total outcast, total extremist when it comes to the way things are in this world, the way people are just following one another, leading to their ultimate demise and death. And I see the world totally different compared to others, the way others see it. So if anyone has anything they want to share or add, thank you for joining me here. I've been thinking a lot about these ideas pertaining to just the way everyone is living and everyone is conforming. The way people dress, what people eat, religious and educational systems. I have been indoctrinated for 26, maybe more than 26 years of my life. I've been vegan for 10 years, but I still kind of am part of this system. I'm not free by any means. I am more free than others, and I'm trying to become more free. I still am a slave in certain respects. I'm talking from a device which I'd rather be in nature and growing food, but I can spread this truth to others. So what does nonconformity mean to you? Post it in the comments section. What does nonconformity mean to you? And what do you think about institutions institutional part of our culture. What do you think about this mass hysteria that's going on here? This kind of like unconscious behavior of people just walking and totally unconscious of everything. What do we think of this? So do post your views, your comments, because I'd like to hear from you. So thank you all for joining me here today. There's only one person on, but that's fine. I guess people will join me later on. So before we start, let's do a little bit of meditation. Just close our eyes and be in the moment, because I think this is very crucial to any kind of topic or any kind of spiritual work that one does. So let's do that. Still being in the now, in the moment. I'm here at the airport and it's a crazy place. And the reason is because of the fact that I don't really believe in flying. I don't really even believe in all this materialism that's all here and the people that are flying like so often. But unfortunately, we don't live in a world that's perfect, and in order to get somewhere, we need to fly. There's no, unfortunately, not much infrastructure when it comes to eco-friendly transportation, like the high-speed eco-friendly trains that actually could be a reality, but unfortunately, we're not implementing that. And so, unfortunately, in this current system, I am taking a plane, but I strive to ultimately to end up giving up this, flying here and there. I rather walk, cycle, and do what I can to make this earth a better place. Not just be vegan, of course, that is a huge step, but to also understand that, why travel, with planes and try to, kill ourselves. That's one form of this non-conformity. It's institutions, and I believe that flying is kind of an institution in a way, because we kind of conform. We think like, oh, this is the only way to travel, and there's other ways to travel, but it just hasn't been implemented because governments and corporations are just stuck in this mentality of the travel industry is one of the biggest industries in the world, and relies on a lot of people just traveling just to get from one place to another. Yes, there may be necessary traveling, like for example vegans educating people in another country or something like that. Cool, right? And that's beneficial. But what about the people that are just traveling just to travel? Maybe there's this once in a while traveling to see family, whatever, right? But then it gets to the point of our purpose and what our purpose is, and then guided by that, and also by living in the moment. One thing that I really don't enjoy flying is that it uses a lot of resources, including oil. And just gonna go visit family and gonna be working in Canada. But then I'm coming back to Costa Rica in September, so that'll be great. I'll be living here and doing what I can to help share veganism with others. So thank you, Jake, for joining me here on this call. This is all about nonconformity. So post anything you want down below about nonconformity, what you think about nonconformity. But this is nonconformity, and this is about the whole, I guess, I don't know, there's no really words to explain, but basically the absurdity of human beings on this earth just conforming to everything, just to be the same like everyone else. We don't want to be different, and so we conform, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. We look at magazines, or we look at the next person and we want to dress like them. We talk and we say things and we eat the same way like everyone else. We believe in this religion because a lot of people do. We do this and we do that just because everyone else does it. And we don't think for ourselves, or even if we do kind of think for ourselves, it's really based on what we see and what we hear from the media and what we see, think, or at least told of what to think and feel from government and from well-meaning teachers and our families and parents and so forth. We gotta stop. We gotta start thinking for ourselves. We gotta start to see everything from a bigger perspective, from a whole perspective. So what I mean is to look at everything from a neutral perspective, to unlearn what we've learned in the past, and to understand that I don't want to be part of any of this stuff. I want to just, I don't know, I feel like I don't belong on this earth. I feel like, or maybe I am. Maybe I do belong on this earth. Maybe I'm here to share some kind of message that people really are not willing to listen to. I don't know. But the whole topic of nonconformity, of trying to somehow reawaken people, is a very, very tricky thing to get into, because not many people want to really get into that. We're just taught in our society that, as children, that we have to learn certain things. We're forced to go to school, and then after school, we go to college or university, and then we get a job, and we work the 9 to 5. For a lot of us that are fortunate, we waken, and we are our own bosses. We work for ourselves, and that's kind of a step in the right direction. But we're kind of just following everybody and doing the same thing over and over. And I kind of feel sad for everybody. I mean, I've been there myself. Jermaine, hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm in San Jose Airport. So I shall be there tomorrow. But I'll be going to Cobourg for a few weeks. Then I'm coming back to Toronto. So, not yet, but I will be there probably on the 20th of April. So see you there, Jermaine. See you there. So as I was saying, so it's kind of sad to see everyone's just like a drone or a robot, just doing the same mundane things day in and day out, and they think, oh, I need to do this because I need to pay for rent, I need to pay for food, so what am I to do? People don't understand that they're maybe an alternative to the system. Maybe the alternative is to just, run away somewhere into nature, just to live like a nomad. Maybe it's to question everything. It's really to question. That's the starting of it, is really to question everything. Once we start questioning everything and start seeing everything and everyone as love and positive light, then we start to say, maybe there is a chance that people are awakening to their natural self, natural wisdom, natural compassion. So I see everyone as I was. And of course, I'm not fully healed either. There's still a lot that I need to do in order to heal myself. And people will judge me because people are in that system of judging. I judge too at times, but we're learning. I mean, everyone is just a part of this indoctrinated culture that we live in. And basically everyone is living similar ways. We're not really thinking for ourselves, we're just kind of following everyone because we think that's what life is. And there's a really perfect song that reminds me when I think about life, and that is life is life, because you don't really know how to describe life. You don't really know how to describe what our culture is going through. So thank you all for joining me here. And post your comments, anything to do with our culture, institutions, non-conformity, being straight edge, whatever, being vegan, whatever you want, please post down below. So this is for whatever you want to talk about. But today's main topic is about nonconformity and institutions. And I was just looking at all these people here because I lived for some 5 months in a very small village close to Cahuita in Costa Rica, and we had a farm growing organic fruits and vegetables in Carbondos, close to Home Creek in Costa Rica. And whenever I go somewhere where there's like mass of people, it's just like yesterday, for example, yesterday I went to downtown San Jose, and I was like so shocked by the amount of people and the amount of stores and the materialism that is surrounding San Jose, and my mind was like going in circles, and I was so dizzy from all the materialism and all the fast food and all the junk that was like being produced. And I thought to myself, whoa, it's crazy. It's really crazy being in such a place. So my aim in life for myself is to live in nature, and whenever I do go into the city or go into villages, to help others to reconnect to their true innate self, spiritual self, which is really about love and compassion for all life. First starting on ourselves, to love ourselves, and then to love all other beings, including the beings that we consume at each meal. And to understand that we don't need to live this way. There's another way to live where we can be minimalists, we can stop being conformists, stop following everybody and all these traditions and rituals, because it's no longer needed. It's obsolete. Obsolete, this whole culture of ours, especially the Western mentality. So that's all I want to really talk about today, is really to question everything, start to understand, not to conform. There's so many aspects of our culture that we really need to take a look at squarely
look at the situation, the ideology behind it, like educational systems, religious institutions, this idea about, you know, wearing brand name clothing and conforming to systems, conforming to man-made institutionalized jobs, the 9 to 5, all this stuff. Like, we got to get out of this mentality. We got to really think for ourselves, question everything, think for ourselves, be who you are, the beautiful self that you are. You know, be who you are, be the beautiful self you are. Don't listen to anybody. Don't read these fashion and glamour magazines. Be a nonconformist. Post and I don't know if you can see that, but here I have vegan love. So do what you can to share the vegan message, the nonconformist message with everyone you can, even if they ridicule you, call you names, whatever, think of you as extreme or different or whatever. Just do what you can to share a loving, compassionate message to others, because we don't have time. We really don't. But we can only do what we can each and every day of our lives. People think I'm crazy because I'm talking to a camera, but I couldn't care less. You know, I love you all. I wish I was there with you, with all the vegans out in the world, with all the spiritual, like-minded, deep vegans. Thank you for so much for joining me. We're all on this path together, trying to create an Eden world. So thank you again for joining me. I have two pineapples to finish today, then I go back to Toronto. I'll see you there. Thanks, everyone.